Before we dive further into the video, please, if you want to apply for Raptive Wise or Raptive in general, feel free to use my link in the description. That's my referral link. I'm not sure if I get anything, to be honest, if I refer you, but if I do, that's great. And if not, then at least feel free to hit me up on LinkedIn so we can exchange some settings. I can definitely just share my website ad settings with you. So probably you can further optimize your website using the settings I use for my website. Okay, and let's continue with the video. Hey, and welcome to my review of Raptive Wise. That's a new program just introduced by Raptive about a month ago, end of June 2024. And I will just give you a brief review of the program and what I think about it. First of all, a bit about me. My name is Max. I'm a German dude living in Thailand. I am a web publisher for 8 years now. We do have a team. In total, we made 7 figures in profit. That's mostly derived from display ads and from affiliate. We used to have websites with all platforms pretty much. So with Raptive, Mediavine, Monumetric, Ezoic, AdSense. And right now we only have websites remaining on Mediavine and Raptive, which should be a good indication here what I think about Raptive in general. Just the fact alone that we are still having websites on them is probably a good sign here. A little bit about Raptive, specifically the Raptive Insider program, which I'm a part of. So it's not the Raptive Wise program, but it seems to be pretty similar, but more about that later. So my Raptive Insider program has a 75% revenue share. We have got net 45 payment terms. RPMs generally are really high for Raptive. I think I don't have to tell you much about it, but it's one of the premier display ad networks in the market for individual publishers. The support is very, very good. I only had good experiences so far. I think both with Raptive and with Mediavine, you can expect a very, very high level of support there. They do have high requirements though, so they require 100K page views, mainly coming from the US, Canada, UK, Australia, or New Zealand. Just have a typo here. So that's pretty much the reason why we still have 2 display networks running, Raptive and Mediavine, because the Mediavine websites are just primarily targeting German traffic or European countries and not the English-speaking world. That's why we are running both Raptive and Mediavine. So a little bit about the Raptive Wise program. I just found out about this when I was actually doing some research about some other related topics here. But you can find everything on the Raptive platform itself. Or maybe first, let's jump into here my dashboard, by the way, from Raptive, just to give you a brief indication about the program. So that's just my dashboard here. On one website, yesterday made $103. We have $1,500 about last month, and current month is pretty much the same. So we're also expecting like 1,600 or so in total. We actually do make more money right now because we have one keyword ranking for something related to the Olympic Games, and right now the Olympics are running, so obviously there's tons of search volumes to be driven to our websites here. You can also upload videos, as you can see here. And the RPM is also displayed here, by the way. It's $17 right now. That's on the lower end. Last month obviously was a bit higher because now we're talking about Q3 earnings. We are in July. So, and as you know, like every time when there's it changes from like one quarter to the next one, usually ad spendings will drop a lot. So also RPMs will be lower. But in general, this website is really focused on short form content. So we don't have very long content pieces, and our average time on page is like in the 1 to 1.5 minute mark. So most content is fairly short. We only have a little bit of long form content, but that actually drives a lot of RPM. So our top content pieces get about like a $50 RPM, and that's actually on not just based on like 10 people visiting the page, but quite some people visiting. Okay, so that's pretty much some insight here from the Raptive platform. If you want to find out more about Raptive in general, feel free to just search for Raptive review and find my video here talking about the Raptive platform in general, where I show all the dashboard and everything pretty much from the back end. Okay, so Raptive Wise, who's eligible for Raptive Wise? They did lower the requirements a lot. They put it down to just 50K. Until 100K, because at 100K you can just apply for the regular Raptive Insider program. 40% of the traffic has to come from the US. Interestingly, they don't include UK, Australia, New Zealand, and so on here, Canada. They only state US. And 40%, I mean, depending on your website, but this can be quite a lot. But it obviously makes sense because US traffic is so much more valuable. You would expect to get at least double the RPMs from the US compared even to the other English-speaking countries, and usually 3 or 4 times more than pretty much to all other countries, including industrial countries as well. Not just thinking about like whatever India traffic, but actually including high-value countries as well. You do need a WordPress website with long-form content. That's an interesting specification here. Domain has to be at least 6 months old. So obviously, if you drive social media traffic, you can get traffic really, really quickly, but you still need a history of at least 6 months here. Content 100% original, I mean, probably self-explanatory. Raptive is really outspoken about the usage of AI content, so you might want to take this into consideration. Like probably like a fully spammed website, I think this will not make it into Raptive, so you really have to be careful here. And Google Analytics being set up, often it's a requirement that even Google Analytics has been set up before to show the history of your traffic over time. So you really want to make sure to install Google Analytics right when you're starting out. The differences between the Raptive Wise program and the Raptive Insider program seem to like solely be focused on the support part. I found this FAQ here. Pretty much what kind of support will I receive in the Raptive Wise category. We're designing the program to be an easy, passive way for growing sites to make the most money possible with ads. Wise creators will receive self-service customer support with access to an extensive help center. Our support team can help on weekdays during normal business hours for major related issues, which could affect ads negatively or the functionality of your website. Obviously, they 0 out of 1 found helpful. Okay, I think that's actually a helpful response here. I mean, like they will still perform the onboarding process with you. They might give you like links to like general guides, but I think this should be enough. I mean, obviously it's nice to have a really good onboarding experience, but that's what they will provide here because they have to make sure you're onboarded properly. And then I think just using the standard setups should be good enough for you. I mean, like the RPM part is probably the most important thing for every publisher here. Because you've seen Ezoic, you've seen Monumetric, you've seen AdSense, and I mean, like they will pay you like RPMs from like 1 to 5 or $10, and $10 being very high value traffic already. And then you get into Raptive where you can see people, I mean, even like me with short form content making $18 RPMs, but also it goes up to like 100. I've seen screenshots above 100, but even like major niches can score like $40, $50. It really just depends on how long you can make the people stick on your page, how much they scroll. If you have any form of like listicle content with very short entries and people just really want to scroll to the end, that's super, super juicy for high RPMs. And you would never be able to reach this kind of RPMs using Ezoic, using Monometric, using other platforms. That's probably the most important part. Another interesting tidbit here, like I want to mention in the conclusion, is Mediavine Journey, obviously being the direct competitor. Mediavine first went ahead to introduce this Mediavine Lite version called Journey, where you can join with just 10K sessions a month. Obviously 10K sessions still being lower than the 50K page view a monthly requirement here from Raptive Wise. But yeah, that's pretty much the direct competition here. I think it's a really, really great program for people who have 50K page views and also fulfill the other requirements, especially the US focused traffic, I think will be the hardest one. The other ones are probably, things you should do anyways, like WordPress, long form content is great for RPMs. And yeah, social media traffic, just make sure to have some history there, set up Google Analytics right at the beginning to just really collect the history and can be able to demonstrate that. I think it's an interesting point here to talk a little bit about page view versus session, because obviously just the requirements alone, Mediavine is focused on sessions, Raptive Wise is focused on page views. So it could be beneficial to really like try to push for more page views, like think of like stuff where people have to change the page or just engage people anyways, like using internal links, using buttons, using like very clickable things to get people to bounce around your website a bit, to just spend more time in general, which is great for RPMs, and yeah, could get you much closer to the 50K page view requirement here. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say. So I think it's a really, really good program if you can fulfill the requirements. I think the self-service support, which seemed to be the only difference here, RPMs are supposedly just the same, using the same platform. But the self-service support, I don't think it's a big issue, to be honest. You might end up like losing like 5 to 10%-ish if you, don't get some tip by the support to optimize something. But I think that's okay, considering that your alternatives, like talking about the typical programs people use in the beginning, will be like 5 to 10 times worse than what you get in RPM wise on Raptive. Talking about the media buying journey differences, I think can't really do this for now. Both programs are very new, so I think there's like not just many reviews out there. And as I told you, I'm a member of the Raptive Insider program and not the Raptive Wise program, so I don't have all the insights here. That's pretty much everything I have to say. One small note: feel free to use the link in the description. I put a application link for Raptive. I don't know if I get anything if you actually use it to apply, but if you do, and ideally I get anything, feel free to just hit me up on LinkedIn. Maybe we can exchange some info, and probably could help each other a bit to like optimize the ad setup. I'm happy to share just my settings here from my side. Maybe you can get something out of it. So please just use it if you want to apply for Raptive. Awesome. Thank you so much for your attention, and yeah, have a good day and have fun with Raptive, hopefully. Bye bye.